Alexander Graham Bell thought that if deaf people got together and they had children, that their children would be deaf, and so he was against the deaf movement completely. He wanted to disassemble deaf communities, and so he went around and he kind of broke up the schools and he tried to teach them oralism instead, which is just reading the lips. Well, that's really hard because people speak differently, and sign language is a lot better because you can see it. It has like it's very like equalizing as far as like how you can read hand movements, and so then here's the interesting part of the history. Alexander Graham Bell married a woman who was deaf, and they had a deaf child. Does that explain anything? Does that like prove what he was trying to do? No, but he did a lot of harm to the deaf community and kind of destroying their early schools. So I think you should look into it. It's a really cool history.
You should send Miss Hardy the links for those kids who know sign language.
The links to them?
Or like their names or something. Or tell them before we talk to them that your little brother wants to talk to him.
Yeah, I'll definitely like get in contact and like give you their information. I'm sure they'd be happy to talk to you. They sign really fast though, so you might.
Wait, are they like deaf or do they just take sign language?
No, they're deaf. They're part of the deaf community. So they know kind of the history. They're the capital D deaf. So like they're part of the community.
Wait, so and you were friends with them?
Well, with the conference I went to, the Creating Change conference, we were in a couple sessions, like workshops together, and then I went up to them and I was just like talking to them.
How did you talk to them?
Well,
was there a translator?
A few of them are also hard of seeing, so they have a translator there. So you talk to the person and not to the translator, because the translator is just there for work. So you look at the person you're talking to and you just talk, and then the translator translates for you. And you don't look at the translator because it's just their job to be there. So you acknowledge the person you're talking to. So I just like talk to them, and then the translator would translate.
They were nice though.
Yeah, they were pretty nice.
Because a lot of deaf people sometimes don't like it. A lot of their community is sometimes closed off, and they don't like it when you just kind of intrude on it.
What do you when you mean like intrude on it? Yeah, I think that this conference is about like creating change and like growing and expanding. So like he was very pleasant to talk to.
Hey,
sorry, go on.
No, you go.
No, I forgot.
Tell me about the conference.
The conference is the Creating Change conference. It's held in a different city every year, and it's the National Gay and Lesbian Task Force that puts it on. And they do like, it's like a 4 or 5 day workshop, and it's very intense, and they go over a ton of issues, and they go over like homophobia, transphobia, Islamophobia. They go over disability justice issues, which I thought was really cool, that I've never like learned anything about. We went over like how to change legislation. It was just like a gamut, a spectrum of like workshops and activities you can go to that like really got you like excited about grassroots movements and really got you excited about like change overall. I enjoyed my visit to the conference, and it was almost like a utopia because people there have like similar ideas and similar goals on where they want to see equality and where they want to see civil movements. And it's just, when you come back, it's kind of like, oh, I'm not with people who are like-minded, and you kind of get sad, but at the same time you bring that momentum and that energy from the Creating Change conference and you apply it to places. So I think that like that conference was great, and I want to go to it again next year.
Where was it?
It was in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and it was we had it in a hotel, and it was a really big hotel. So they had like several floors of like conference rooms and stuff. And then next year, I think it's on their website, but it might be, they do it in cities that do a lot of like grassroots progressive work. So it's very different. Hey, what's up? So
how much was it?
You need to have it here.
They had it in Denver a few years ago.
Did you make connections that you'll, because when you do things like that, Ian, you need to make sure that you have ongoing connections with them. Did you hook up with a bunch of people?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
there
good.
There are several people that I received their contact information and that are very involved in their community. So
good.
I connected via Facebook and stuff like that. So yeah, there's definitely like connections that I made. And next year when I go, I want to make more connections. This was kind of my first year, so I was kind of like feeling it out and seeing how it was going.
And
to answer Peter's question, the conference was like very expensive, and so a lot of the money had to be like fundraised, and we had to go through like student organizations on campus to get money.
How much was it?
before, like, I would say it was at least $400 or $500 a person, including plane ticket, hotel, and then conference fees.
You didn't get free flight from Dad?
No, we didn't. We went through. Well, first we applied for like the scholarship through the organization, and then it's only like $25 if you're a student instead of like the $200 registration fee. And then we went to like groups on campus who had money. So we just went to a bunch of places and we like applied for money, and then we presented our ideas, and then they gave us like whatever they felt they deemed appropriate.
Did you present there?
At the Creating Change, I did not. You can though. I was actually thinking about doing it next year on the engineering community or women, and the women that's spelled with a Y, because the women, like if you spell women with a Y, it's like a political agenda movement. It like separates women from men in different ways, and so if you look into it, there's a group that spell women WOMYN, and that's like a political movement on like feminists and like equality for everyone. So
is that? Do you need to go, Ian?
Yeah, I have to go, but
Okay.
I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. Thanks, Ian.
Bye.